Servus. This is a little bit differently, going about it a little bit of a different way today for today's beer review. And full disclosure, I have already drank this. I actually drank it on tap fairly recently, actually. And I did actually shoot a little bit of a beer review, but ran out of space on my phone because I forgot to delete music. And yeah, I was a little bit frustrated because I wanted to, have my first reaction shown of this beer because I've already tasted it. But then I realised the beer was probably a little bit too cold initially for me to fully appreciate it. And yeah, so this, being honest, I've already drank a little bit of it. I've been supping on it while I've been doing other things. And then, yeah, so I don't think it's at its optimal temperature at the moment, but I'm definitely getting those flavours that I'm really, really enjoying. Do you know what I mean? But, so today we've got my first Crowler fill, and it will definitely not be my last, because even with the small disposable income I have, the idea, because I never used to entertain the ideas of growlers and crowlers, but now that I've got a 2-litre Cloudwater growler, it's like opened a completely new can of worms for me when it comes to craft beer, and it's going to be very, very dangerous and very, very costly. But yeah, so I was in Liverpool recently on a Tinder date of all things, and I knew that the place where I was going to had this on tap, so I was like, oh, I could combine this, and it can also be my sort of Dutch courage, and or should that be Deutsch courage? You can see by the title and the description what this beer is, so it's no big surprise. So why the hell am I playing it off as one? You're probably not even asking. But yeah, so I was in Deady Crafty Beer Company in Liverpool, and had a third of this beer when I was there, and then a third of Cloudwater's birthday balloon, which is a little bit old now actually, unless they've rebrewed it. But when I was drinking that, it had these really nice, like, subtle sherbety sort of tones. It had mellowed down really nicely actually. It was still a really good beer, but when I had this, it was just like, what the hell, in the best way possible. So while I was there, I thought, I enjoyed this beer so much, and I'm not too sure if this is actually bottled or canned by Stone Berlin. So I thought, you know what, they offer crowlers here, let's give it a go. And really inexpensive compared to what I thought it would be charged. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, this is sort of stuff I won't be doing every time I go out drinking. Mainly because a lot of the places where I do go drinking on a semi-regular basis, they're just like, little pubs, with like Guinness milds, get some of that hardcore mild action. But yeah, if I'm in like Manchester or Liverpool, or meeting up with like Rob in Leeds, or going down south or whatever, or meeting up at a festival, then I'm going to be on the lookout for Crowler fills and taking my growler wherever I go. Actually going to Southport tomorrow. There may be a video already published by the time you've seen this, I don't know, for Manchester Beer Street. We've got Manchester Beer Street, Southport Beer Street, War Pigs and Russian River in Southport, as well as many other fantastic breweries. Who'd have thunk it? Not that that's a dig at Southport, of course. I've been there a lot since I was a child. But yeah, anyway, we're not here to talk about Southport. Yeah, I'm going to Southport tomorrow, so I might take my growler with me. That's what she said. So yeah, I'll probably get myself in a little bit of trouble that way as well. But yeah, so when I was in Deady Crafty Beer Company in Liverpool, I got myself a growler, or Crowler I should say, of the Prenzlauer Bock from Stone Brewing Company, Berlin. And it's a 9% Rauchbock, aged in barrels. Not sure what barrels they are, it doesn't really specify. But yeah, when I heard that that was on tap, I'm like, a Doppelbock on tap. And to be honest, I don't think Stone Berlin have had the best reception here in the UK. Even though I think they've got a UK division now, Stone UK. I know there's an Instagram for it and stuff like that. Because people had this like expectation that the quality that Stone are known for and their consistency would just translate completely and naturally overnight when they started brewing in Berlin. But you know, you've got to take consideration. You're going to get your malts from different places. You're probably going to get your hops from different places. The water supply is completely different, so you're probably going to have to treat it in a different way. The environment around you is going to be different. You've got machinery that's new. You've got staff who maybe weren't brewing at the original facilities in America. So, you know, there's always going to be teething problems, and some beers are not going to taste the same as they did, you know, back in America. It's just not going to happen. And if it did, then these people would be complaining, oh, they're so mainstream and macro that they've got robots to brew beer. So, you know, a brewery like Stone Berlin in their early days would just not be able to win, no matter what. They've got an absolutely beautiful, beautiful building in Berlin, which I'm so looking forward to finally visiting. It just looks absolutely fantastic. Berlin's a place that I've wanted to go to ever since I first set foot in Germany. And yeah, so it's great to see that they've gone from strength to strength, and some of the beers and collaborations that they've been doing, and the events, and then some of the tap lines there, it's just absolutely phenomenal. But I don't think the UK market, especially the snobbier craft beer fan, really were too far on Stone Berlin. And yeah, some of their beers, they weren't amazing, but then again, I've not had the original Stone IPA from America. I've not had the go-to IPA. I haven't had the original version of Arrogant Bastard, although I thought Arrogant Bastard's a really nice beer. Ruination, I think that's a fantastic double IPA. Or was it triple IPA? Can't remember. But yeah, so when I saw that there was a Bock on tap, I knew I had to go get it. And I knew I had to get a growler fill so I could do a review on YouTube. And yeah, so here it is in the glass. Obviously no head because I've been drinking it and my oily lips have probably diluted it. Oily lips, loosen hips, as they say. That was disgusting. But yeah, look at that. It's just a textbook Doppelbock. It looks darker there. But in this light, you get those lovely ruby hues. Almost has that sort of... oh, what are they called now? Oh my god. It's a berry, and you usually put it in like dark sauces. Cranberry. It's got that like cranberry juice look to it, but then it's got this like murky, malty edge, and then a lovely off-white head, but it just looks so rich and indulgent. So on the nose... Oh, that smells so fantastic. I nearly went in for a sip then because I just want to drink this beer. Doppelbocks for me, I'm going to just put out there, it's my favourite sub-style. I just absolutely love Doppelbocks. And traditional craft, brewed in Germany, brewed outside of Germany, if you've got a Doppelbock, I want to try it. I want to try it. It's just a style that I love. And this smells absolutely wonderful. You'd get that lovely woodiness from the barrel. There's this like peaty vanilla tone, but I'm not sure if it is a whiskey barrel that they've aged it in. But you definitely get that sort of like sweet vanilla, woody sort of aroma. But then you've got these lovely, thick, chewy, sticky, dense malts. Loads of berries like steeped in like a brandy. This is as complex on the nose as beer gets. And it just smells so decadent and inviting. And even though we're in the middle of an actual summer, this to me is like transporting me back to like a winter in Germany, stocking up on the Doppelbocks and just getting yourself nice and cozy and warm. You've got some lovely game or big meaty casserole cooking in the slow cooker. And the room's nice and warm, it's cosy. This is what that beer's reminded me of. I know I'm over-romanticising it. I know I'm making it a bit too personal and adding that into the beer, which is going to ultimately affect the score, but I don't care. I love it, the fact that this can do this to me. And you get this lovely like brown sugar maple syrup edge, lovely sort of like yeasted sweet pastry, like glazed, all that sort of stuff. Just so nice, and lovely earthy woody tones. It just smells absolutely terrific. So I need to give it a taste, and dedicating this beer review to my good friends James from Rampant Lion Beer Reviews and Dean from Dean's Beer Reviews, who both, like myself, love and appreciate the Doppelbock style. And of course other beer tuber friends are available who also show their respect, but those two guys I know for a fact would absolutely adore this beer. Without even me tasting it, they just see what it is and like, I want some. So hopefully you can get this in cans or bottles, because yeah, I want other people to try this. Anyway, let's actually give it a taste, no? Okay, Prost. I'm so glad I'm actually uploading this video as opposed to the initial one, because now that it's warmed up slightly in the glass, oh, it's just so lovely and indulgent. It's sticky, it's bold, but it's not too heavy. ABV is masked so ridiculously, but it still demands your respect with that intensity and robustness on the flavour. Lovely sweet notes, a little bit of vanilla in there, a little bit of muscovado sugar, those lovely chewy, nutty, caramelised nuts, sticky malt character. It's all there, and then that woodiness comes through on the back end, and this like earthiness mixing with those hops. It's just so satisfying. And I'm drinking this, and it's like the only thing I compare it to, it's like being woken up to a hand job. Do you know what I mean? Just that like really, really satisfying, like ooh sort of thing. Sorry, where the fuck was my mind going then? It's just one of those beers. It's like, it's hugging me. There's this slight warming sensation going down. I need to stop making like lines like that, because I've just said what I've said, because it all connects. It's not the prettiest picture, but yeah, this is my beer. You know what I mean? This is a beer for Peter. And yeah, I love it. The base Doppelbock, the important aspect of it, is so beautifully crafted. But then with that, the addition of the smokiness, the Rauch aspect, and then the barrel-aged aspect, they're both there, but they're not intrusive. They've mellowed out and come together really nicely to just make an already robust beer that little bit more complex and satisfying. You do get that slight fortified wine, like brandy character, but the barrel is just so nice. I'm so glad that I've got nearly a litre of this beer, because that's just absolutely gorgeous. That's absolutely wonderful. You can keep your pastry stouts, you can keep your hazy IPAs, you can keep your £20 Trillium cans imported from your beer trade you did with your mate, who's like a stockbroker, so it means nothing to him really. You can keep all of those beers. When I drink something like this, nothing compares to it. This is like, for me, like Augustina, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, like levels of appreciation and just indulgence. And yeah, this is by far the best Stone Berlin beer that I've had, albeit from a very limited range of stuff that's available to me. It's the best Stone beer that I've had. Again, not had too many beers by Stone. And it's actually one of the best Doppelbocks that I've ever had. You know, it's up there with the likes of Maximator. It's up there with the likes of Celebrator. It's up there with Salvatore Assam Bock, you name it, it's up there. And it's just great to see a craft brewery like that respecting the traditions of German brewing techniques, but adding a little bit of a contemporary twist to it to add a bit more life into it. Not that it needs it, because you give me the lowest rated German Doppelbock, and I'm probably still going to rate it amazingly because the flavours sing to me. And this is one of those beers. It really, really is. It almost makes me wish there was someone here to share it with. But at the same time, I want this beer all to myself. And even though I'm going to be drinking a lot of beer tomorrow, thankfully I'm off on Monday as well, so I've got a day of recovery at least. But this is just fantastic. It really, really is. It just all works beautifully together. And yeah, it's... Stuff like this is flawless to me. I mean, would it be up there with the best Doppelbocks if, all the fans of the style would rate it? Probably not, actually. But for me, I haven't had a beer like this for quite a while. And Dean, James, if you're watching this review and you've not turned off with the pointless hand job remarks, then... but you all know what I'm talking about, so don't deny it. Don't you dare look at me and say, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, Peter," because you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's absolutely wonderful. Beautiful. It's beautiful. It's flawless. I can't take anything away from it. And yeah, fresh from the tap. Although I got this on the 12th. Got it canned on the 12th. It's now the 16th. It's just tasting remarkable. It really, really is. And I think I've got food burning in the kitchen, in the oven, but I don't care because I've got this mind-blowing beer. One of the best beers that I've had this year by far. And one that I think will be actually really quite overlooked in the UK craft beer scene, which is a real shame. Because Germany are putting out some of the best examples of beer. Period for me, both traditional and in the contemporary sense. So yeah, lovely beer, 10 out of 10. So if you've tried it, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. What's some of your favourite box, Doppelbocks, recommendations, not only German but also international ones? Always intrigued when different countries attempt different styles and pull it off. Who wouldn't, let's be honest. And yeah, I could sing the praises of this beer till the cows come home, but I won't because I don't have any cows near me. But yeah, mess of a review, absolutely terrible review. But I'm glad those who stuck around till the end did, because you've just witnessed a 29-year-old man get like childlike joy from an alcoholic beverage, and that's what it's all about. I love sharing these beers with you guys, and if you've tried it, let me know your thoughts and opinions. So of course, check out Stone Berlin, check out Deady Crafty Beer Company, and of course check out my Doppelbock playlist for some more quintessential examples of the style. And yeah, more importantly, I hope you'll join me next time for another beer review. So thank you all for watching, and I shall hopefully see you all later. Tschüss!